I guess I'd just like to start things off by thanking everyone for all the positive feedback I received on yesterday's short and admittedly non-labor-intensive video. For the record, I've had that video planned since the beginning of this thing, and yes, it was a very effortless contribution, but I also felt like it was the only proper way to address the subject matter. I'm just glad no one flat out called me lazy, although this comment raises a bit of concern. Kingers of Gaming writes, "Best video you've made yet." Really? That's depressing. I know you didn't mean to cheapen the massive amount of work normally put into an episode, but I couldn't help but feel that way. And as such, I'm changing this program from 2011 with Griff to Moments of Silence with Griff, where each day I take a moment of silence for some occurrence that happened this day in the past. Today it's a toss-up between the death of Pope Innocent VI and the opening of Hong Kong Disneyland. Which one will win? Stay tuned to find out. Good afternoon, butt kickers. It's September 12, the 255th day of 2011, which means that 71 years ago today, cave paintings were discovered in France. I wonder what French cavemen were like. Well, they probably wore berets made out of animal hide and womanized every cave female they could get their hands on, and probably thought that they were superior to all other cavemen. So where's the missing link between French cavemen and modern-day Frenchmen? The answer is simple: Napoleon Bonaparte. However, the part of that story that really fascinates me is the cave paintings. So apparently people used to draw all they wanted on the insides of their houses back then, but today it's like frowned upon or something. When I was a kid, for example, I thought I'd contribute to the next echelon of society's understanding of our society by drawing on the inside of my house just like cavemen did on the insides of theirs. But instead of drawing a stick representation of myself dancing around a recently speared gazelle, I thought I'd draw something more indicative of my lifestyle. So I drew a stick version of myself playing a stick version of Mario on a stick television set. And that way, once our society gets destroyed and rebuilt, the next civilization will be able to tell, through my artistic prowess, that we spent a good bit of our lives wasting away in front of screens. Kind of like what you're doing right now. And by that I mean your perception of now. According to my perception of now, I'm the one wasting away in front of a screen. Anyway, to make a long and fabricated story short, my mom didn't take too kindly to my helping the next level of humanity in their understanding of ours. She seemed to think that by marking up the wall I was decreasing the value of our house as opposed to increasing it. But cavemen didn't care about stuff like that, and you know why? Well, it's probably because they were dumb and lacked foresight, but I think it's also because they knew the next level of humanity wouldn't want to live in caves. Likewise, I theorize that the next level of humanity won't want to live in houses. They'll probably prefer to live in floating orbs of refracted light, or the space between dimensions, or something like that. I'm just trying to say that there's nothing wrong with turning your house into a relic. Similarly, like how we find arrowheads buried everywhere, the next level of humanity is going to discover guns and empty tanks of deadly gas, and realize what a quaint race of people we must have been to have to use matter to kill. Oh, those crazy house men, how uncivilized they were. Until tomorrow, I'm Griff, and I'm still talking. Oh, and it turns out that neither Pope Innocent VI nor Hong Kong Disneyland win for saddest anniversary today, because 3 years ago today, David Foster Wallace died. Thank you, David Foster Wallace, for changing the way I see and think about the world. And seriously, people, read his stuff.